This is actually part 2 of our Thanksgiving feast, and this is a must-have for New Mexico Thanksgiving. So check it out. Before we get started on the must-have and what we need for Thanksgiving to make it complete here, because we're all New Mexico here, we're Albuquerque. I'm going to get started on some other must-haves. So we actually got some really beautiful yams that we're going to be making. Candied yams.
I just wondering because it looks a little blurred.
You think it looks blurred?
Yeah.
Okay, here.
Norwex a tad bit.
I don't have Norwex. I'm just going to do that. Okay. Bam, perfect. All right. She's all looking at the camera all. So we're going to heat up the pan here. I'm going to actually get some of these candy yams going here as we're getting ready for the must-have. This is a go-to must-have that we need here in New Mexico. But first, let's get these yams all cut up here. So I'm just going to simply cut these like this here and split them down the middle. And then we'll dice them. Just like that. Nice and simple. Throw them back in the pan. Real quick and easy. So I'm basically just getting it here, slicing it down the center. Bam, just like that. Get the next one, slice it down the center, and then basically we're just cubing it. We can probably keep these chunks bigger. So let me actually do that. And I'll take our prep time down quite a bit. Like, yeah, let's just keep it like that. We'll make them big chunks there. Instead of slicing that down the center, we'll just keep them really big, like that. But this center one, here, maybe we'll do it like that, and right in the half, and make real big chunks like that. Alright, so I've actually never made these before, but I'm going to try to make it look easy and if I've done this every year, okay? So, what I just learned about 2 seconds ago from this guy from down south, he's cooking the soul food here, and I was telling I was telling Serena, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like my mama, she dated so many black men that we ate soul food all the time. I probably should have known how to cook this already without looking it up. So sorry, Mom. Yeah, my mom, she cooked this every year. All right, and we're going to do it candy yams, and we're going to add the marshmallows on top because that's what my wife would like. Marshmallows on top.
Boogie wants that.
Oh, and Boogie wants marshmallows. He's been waiting for marshmallows for like 20 days or something here now. No, not that long, but... Alright, so we're just going to get some big chunks here. Let's get these in the pan. We only got a couple more. They said to use about five or six big pieces of candy yams here, or yams, or sweet potato. So we're making a candy yams or candy sweet potato. And you gotta say it like that, sweet potato. Because that's how you say it. Alright, so we put those in the pan there. So we're basically just moving them over into the pan. We got 2 more here to go. So we're just going to cut these up, get these in the pan real quick. So I'm simply just cutting them up into big diced chunks here, as you can see. They're pretty good size. Some of them are smaller. We got some of those small chunks there too. We're going to get those all in there. Make sure they're all in the pan. Will they all fit? They better. Just cut up a few more here. Just like this. Go crisscross like that. And then, bam. Just like so. All right, so another must-have. So this is not a New Mexico must-have. This is just, this is Southern style must-have. And we always, I don't know, growing up, I always had this. I guess Serena always had this too growing up. I don't know. So maybe her mama was a little soul food cooker too. I don't know if her mama ever dated any brothers or not, but so we got that all in the pan there, right? So we got our sweet potatoes in the pan. Let's see if I can tighten this up some so you guys don't keep falling down. So sweet potatoes are in the pan. That's going to fit nicely. Okay, now we need to get a whole stick of butter. And we're going to cook the butter down. We're going to melt it in the pan here.
Vegan butter.
Yeah, and this is vegan butter. It's not real butter. I prefer real butter, but we have gluten-free, dairy-free individuals here in our household. So we're going to make sure that everyone can eat this without issues. So we're going to cook that down. This is actually country crock with made with olive oil. So it's a little bit better than a regular country crock. Here, I'll show you. So we got the country crock plant butter made with the olive oil there. So we're going to cook this butter down, and then we're going to add 1 cup of sugar, and we're using natural raw cane sugar here, terpenado sugar. So we're going to use that. So once this butter is all melted down here, we'll chop it up into chunks. Maybe it'll help melt it down. And we're gonna get this all candied up. We're gonna cook up the butter. Also, I do believe that it's time that we get this turkey out.
Yeah, didn't you say so?
Yeah, I do believe I said that I needed to get the turkey out about 10 minutes ago. And we're going to open it up, and we're going to brown the top. And that way, we got, I don't know, 30 minutes or so until we actually get this all in the oven. All right, so the butter's almost ready here. Let me set up a place for me to put the turkey on the table here for just a quick moment. Here, I'll just use a staging area here. And let me get these bigger ones here. Actually, should probably use those for my hand. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the turkey now, guys. We're going to set it over here on the table. And don't mind all that. Or all that. Woo! That's hot. Smells good. Alright, remember I had to double up the pan because it was so heavy. I was worried that it was going to like fall apart on me. So let's see if I can grab this and pick it up without it just collapsing on me here. Raw. Okay. There we go. We're going to open up the turkey here. I'll bring you guys in. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Wow. I don't know how much more browning this needs.
Really?
And that leg.
I want to see. Oh, whoa.
Ah.
Maybe a tiny bit of browning, but hardly.
I don't know.
I know, like, it's pretty good looking. Everyone can see.
I think I'm going to bring down the heat a little bit. But check it out, guys. Bring you over here to the turkey here. Turkey time, turkey time. Take a look at that, guys. That looks beautiful with all the stuffing in there. You can see the meat's like kind of coming off the bone right there a little bit. I think I'm going to put it in just a little bit longer. And but keep it covered because it's browning nicely. I don't need to uncover that. That's looking good, guys. Okay, cool. So now we'll get back over here to the baking and stuff, and we'll get this all going. So now let me just cover this back up. We'll get the turkey back in the oven here. Oh god, just a little bit longer, I think. I don't know, 30 minutes, I think at the most. Okay. All right, we brought the heat down as well. Okay, so now we're gonna add 1 cup of this raw cane sugar, and hopefully it works just like the regular white sugar. You know, it's unbleached, so I don't see why it wouldn't. It's gonna be better, more natural. We're gonna mix that all up, right? And get that all nice and coat it in the butter and sugar. Oh my gosh. And then you add some malto in here, and you got yourself some suji. Woo! Just kidding. You don't need that much sugar though. But suji is so delicious. I never make that because it's made with butter. And it's super sweet too. Like it's all butter and like it's, oh my god, it's decadent. All right. Now, that's 1 cup of raw sugar. We're gonna add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And look at how that just like kind of falls all weird, like, you know? Isn't that interesting how it just falls like that? All right. And let me see if I can fix this thing here. This is trying to continue moving on us and sinking down. So let me let's try to move some things around and get you guys in a little bit better of a position here. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna mix this all in, and we're going to whisk it up. I'm also going to add in a little bit of ginger. So we're going to use about a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. So just a little bit of ginger here. So about a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. And we got to wipe this down. Let me get my Norwex here. We'll wipe it down. We'll make sure we don't cross-contaminate any of the spices. We'll wipe it dry so that way the spices don't stick. And then we'll add some cinnamon as well, guys. So this is actually fresh cinnamon. I tried to food process cinnamon sticks, right? Never tried before. I was like, you know, I don't know, like grinding it up takes forever. So I put it in the food processor. And then the actual big old sticks, the chunks. Let me show you the chunks here. These chunks of cinnamon, right? These big old wood bark chunks of cinnamon, they got stuck in between the blade and the food processor, and actually got so, it was so fast that it heated up and it melted my food processor. So now I have like permanent cinnamon within the plastic. Like, oh my gosh. So never do that. Never process your cinnamon because apparently it don't work. But I did get some out of it. So we're going to use some cinnamon here. I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon as well of cinnamon. There you go. And that's, you can't get any fresher than that. And then we're going to add some vanilla extract. And now I'm just going to pour this in just like this. Just a little dab. Little dab will do you, right? All right. And we'll whisk this all up. Just want to make sure that's all clean and dry so we can put that away real quick. Like I said, it's always good to cook and clean as you go, so that way you don't have to worry about your dishes piling up on you and you losing space, especially on a day where you're going with cooking all kinds of stuff for a feast. It just makes it nice and smooth to continuously clean up as you go and keep an area clear, because we got more stuff to come and more stuff to come. All right. So now we're gonna mix this all up here. I'm going to cook this down some. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so tasty. I'm just going to keep on mixing it to whisk it down. It's a little bit thick. I'm wondering adding a little bit more butter to it, but I think it'll be all right. And then after this, we basically just pour it right on the candy yams, or on the yams, so we can candy them. And we'll put them in the oven at like 350 degrees for about an hour, hour and a half. Now, as we're doing this, I'm going to pour this right off into the pan here. We're going to cover up the candy yams. And then we're going to get started on the green bean casserole, guys. That's another must-have, is green bean casserole. So, we're going to get to the New Mexican must-have. What were you saying, love?
You know, I was like wishing you had octopus arms there.
Yeah.
It had, what is it, like, his hands on many hands.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so here we go. Uh-oh. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. We're about to pour this on. Oh, great. It's going to move. Alright, so we're just going to drizzle this on just like that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That's going to be some heavenly goodness. Alright. I got it. I wish that I knew the name of the channel that I got the recipe from, and I'm not even following it to a T 100%. I'm kind of I don't have the allspice and I don't have the nutmeg that he added to it. That's the only ingredients that I'm not adding, and that's pretty much it. I think he just kind of did this a little bit, maybe mixed them up some, but I think what he did is he just let it drizzle right on top like that. He put it in the oven and let it cook, like I said, at 350 degrees for about an hour, hour and a half. He pulled them out, stirred them up a little bit, put them back in. So, you know, that hour, hour and a half, you'll kind of stir it up in the middle there or towards the end and then brown it. Okay, so now we need to get this pan clean because we need to do, sorry, we don't actually need to do anything. This pan's good to go for now. I mean, we could clean it, of course. Stay on top of our whole deal here. I'm keeping everything nice and clean. So, and basically what I do, you guys, is we bust out the Norwex, right? You get your Norwex cloth. This pan is hot, so it just heated up that water pretty quickly. You simply just go in there, wipe it up with the Enviro sponge here, or is that what it's called? Enviro scrub? Enviro sponge. Ow, that pan is hot. And this pan is clean and ready to go. The one thing I love about Norwex is that it's perfect for cast iron. Do you see this? Do you see this? Look at that. It's beautiful. And then we'll make sure it's dry. That way no rust or anything tries to come onto the, start building up. So we make sure it's all nice and dry with that pan towel that I use, the red towel, so we don't make up any dark marks or anything on that gray towel. And that's pretty much it, guys. Real simple. So this pan is good and ready to go for the next deal. Okay, so now let's get back over here, and we are going to make sure that we got green bean casserole, because why? That is another must-have for Thanksgiving. So real simple, green bean casserole. It's really easy when you have all the stuff you need, right? All it takes is what? Green beans, right? So we got the green beans. Check. Some, fresh value, great value, whatever. We got some French onions is what you need. On here it says that you need to make 6 servings, you need 3 cans of the 14.5 ounce green beans. We only got 30 ounces in total, so we're going to go with 2 cans. It takes 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. We definitely got that. I actually just made homemade cream of mushroom soup. And then you're supposed to add a little bit of milk. We're just going to go with the cream of mushroom soup. We're just going to go with the whole full can. A little bit of pepper is what they ask for. We don't use black pepper here. I don't think we even need to salt it because the cream of mushroom is already salted. And then you add the French onions, right? You combine all the ingredients except the onions, place in a medium casserole dish, and bake for 30 minutes. That's it. Carefully remove from oven and stir. It doesn't even say to cover. Top with French onions. Bake additionally for 5 more minutes. Alright, you guys, so we're going to do this really quick and easy. So we bust out the can opener here. We're going to open up the can. We're going to drain out the green beans. Now, one trick is you can drain it out right here as soon as you open up just barely any, and then that's ready to be drained. But I like to open it up all the way. Hold the lid, as you drain it. So then you come over here to the sink. You hold the lid, right? Pour it out. Don't lose any of your green beans. Get rid of all that juice there. Right? Put this in the pan. Alright, so we take this and we put this back in the pan over here. Just like that. Boom. It's like maybe if we had one more can of green beans, we could make a little bit more. I don't know if we have any just right off the bat here. Green beans. Peas and carrots. Alright, whatever. We're going to do it like this. Hopefully that'll be enough for our family here. Yeah, it would be nice if I had 2 cans of green beans. But I don't know if we have another can.
It's down on the floor over here.
Those are all peas and corn. There's no green beans there. I already checked. Yeah. I didn't look in the far back room. I don't think any of these cans are green beans, right? They're apple, butter, coconut, cranberry, cherry pie, apple, pumpkin pie. No green beans. No green beans. Chicken noodle soup. Okay. We're going to just go with the small batch right here. We're going to get our homemade. Let me slide this over real quick. Just like that. We're going to get our homemade cream of mushroom soup here that I just finished up. I'm just going to move some of these ingredients here. Make some room for more items. Alright. Let me pull this out. Just enough. Okay. Alright, so we have a blender here of freshly made cream of mushroom soup. So how I made this was I cooked up some portobello mushrooms, sauteed them in some onion with a little bit of oil drizzled over it, added some salt, a little bit of garlic, added 4 cups of vegetable broth, cooked that down, I made a cream sauce. So they were asking to make a cashew cream sauce. Is what their recipe actually calls for, and I forgot to get the cashews. And we had a bag of cashews, but they accidentally, well, not accidentally, they got eaten because I said, "Hey, I found some cashews. Go ahead and eat them." Forgot. And then the next day, I was like, "Ooh, you can add cashews." So I needed a quarter cup of cashews. Didn't have it to make cashew cream. So instead of adding the cashew cream, what I did this time is we used hemp hearts, guys. So I made a hemp heart cream, and it was ridiculous. Oh my gosh! So that is now in the cream of mushroom soup made with hemp. So awesome! I'm glad that I didn't have cashews because I would not have used the hemp hearts. So now we're going to use 1 cup of the. Let me rinse this out. We don't want sugar in this one here. We're just going to wash it real quick. And we're about to get started with the must-have for New Mexico, guys. I'm going to teach you guys how to make traditional red chile from chili powder. And not with any of that Bueno Foods chili, because Bueno is no bueno because they are trying to GMO our chili here in New Mexico. They've been trying to do it since 2011 for about 12 years now, guys. And so I do not recommend ever purchasing any Bueno Foods. To boycott them as best as you can when you can. All right, so we're about to get 1 cup of the cream of mushroom soup here. And we got that much left over. Also, I was going to show you guys this. So the other day, we had to make ourselves a little ganja oil, actually. And there's a little bit left in here. We got a whole bottle of it somewhere. I don't even know where it's at, right? Somewhere, right? I don't need to show you that. But I got this little tidbit left in the bottom here. I'm going to pour the cream of mushroom soup into there. And we're going to have a nice little cream of mushroom soup for the adults. But first, let's do the 1 cup of mushroom into the green beans. Just like that, right? And then you just simply pour it on top of the green beans. So there's no real preparation. I mean, if you're starting with some fresh green beans, then you may want to cook your green beans first, boil them, get them all soft or sauteed. Which, if you saute the green beans first, oh my God, you could bring out so much flavor at that point. I really wish we had another can of green beans. I actually have a little bit of time before these go in the oven, so I may be able to do that. So, and we are now at about 28 minutes in here. I pulled out that turkey about, 10 minutes in. So we'll give it another 10 minutes here. I'll pull out the turkey, and but we're going to get started with the traditional red chili right here. So this is all ready to go. We're just going to put it directly in the oven like that. I don't know if we really need to cover these or not. I don't think they were covered. I think they just baked them, pulled them out, baked them again. I think because they baked them at such a low heat, at 300 degrees. I'm going to actually or to 350, I mean. So I'm going to bring this down to 350. Even though the turkey was sitting there at I think I brought it down to 390 from 420. And I was gonna mix it up, but that's fine. It'll be fine. It'll all juice up. Okay, so now we need that pan again, and that's why we cleaned this pan. Was because and I'm gonna do this. Remember, ganja oil, cream of mushroom. Oh yeah, that's gonna be some good soup there, and I'm gonna save some for the side. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. You guys need to try this. Sorry if you're not able to come by. So I need to find another jar to put this in. We'll let this cool down though. So I'm just going to leave it in the blender. We'll let it cool down. We'll just leave it right here on the side. This now is a ganja mushroom soup. How about that? Oh my gosh. You see that oil in there? Woo! That's gonna be good. And just let all that milk and all that other oil get all infused in there. It's still nice and warm. So it's gonna give it a nice little shake. And bam, that's gonna be tasty later on tonight or tomorrow for lunch or sometime. Okay, so now we're gonna get started on the traditional must-have New Mexico ingredient. This is like, you if you don't do this, okay? So I'm gonna retell the story. Okay, a couple years ago, we got invited to my uncle's house, and my uncle, my aunt, they're from California, right? And so I already knew. I was like, these guys aren't gonna have red chile over there. So I made some red chile, and I brought it in a jar, you know, like a jar about this size, completely full, you know, in case everyone needed some chile. I was like, we got to make sure we have enough. So I brought the chile. We showed up at the house. I was all happy, like, hey, check it out. Look at what I brought. And they're all, what's that? Like, red chili sauce. Like, what's that for? Like, for the turkey and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes, and if you want to put it on your pumpkin pie. Just kidding. I don't know if anyone puts it on their pumpkin pie, but we put it on the turkey and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes. We mix it all up, and it tastes delicious. It's an amazing addition. It's a tradition here in New Mexico. And so if you don't even know about the red chile with the turkey, you definitely aren't New Mexican. I just gotta say. You could be here for 10 years, you know, like they were, and still not know about the traditional red chile on the turkey. Not even green. We're talking red. No one does green chili on the turkey. Maybe the next day they'll do green chili turkey enchiladas. And those are good. Yeah. You can do that. But red chile on the turkey breast or the legs or whatever. So we're going to get started. This pan's been heating now for a little while. Okay? We're going to go with 2 tablespoons of oil. So we got our little handy dandy measuring tool here. We go 2 tablespoons of oil, all right? One, 2. And then we need 2 tablespoons of flour. I think you can also use cornstarch. I'm not 100% though. I'm not going to do this the traditional way with actual wheat flour. We're going to make this gluten-free. Are you going to need this whole bag? Or maybe?
We have another one, right? That's all I need. I will need a whole bag, but we have another one.
I don't know if we have another one.
No, we should use that too.
That is the brand new one.
There should be another one.
Okay, I'll use cornstarch. We'll try it with cornstarch. Okay, we got cornstarch. Oh yeah, I know there's cornstarch. Okay, and then we'll get 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. A little bit more. All right, and we're gonna try to do it with the cornstarch. You know, I'm more familiar with the flour version, so I don't know how this is gonna come out. So now we're gonna brown the flour or the cornstarch and the oil, and then you add 1 to 3 tablespoons of red chili powder, depending on how spicy you'd like it to be. So I'm going to go, 1 to 2, not too spicy. I don't know if anyone else in the family wants to have some. I don't want to make it too hot. Alright, so we're going to brown this. Let's move the big old bottle of olive oil here. Now we're going to heat this up. And we're just going to brown this cornstarch here in the oil. And I don't know if this is going to work the same, but it looks like it's doing good here. And then we're going to need 1.5 cups of water, maybe 2. But probably just 1. We'll keep it a little thick there. Alright. I don't want it too hot, so bring the heat down there a little bit. That's looking good. That's looking like a nice roux mix right there. And this is how you make any sort of sauce. If you want a green chili sauce, then you add just green chili powder to it, red chili powder to it. If you want to make a gravy, this is what we would do for adding the gravy and using all the giblets and the stock and all that cooked in together here. And then adding a little bit of water, thickening it up, adding some salt, maybe a little garlic. For chili powder, or chili sauce, we're definitely going to add salt, garlic, cumin, and oregano. Alright, so I'm going to clean out this measuring spoon here. There you go. All nice and clean. And then we're going to be ready to measure out some chili powder here. But we're going to brown this up. So we're definitely going to make sure that this gets brown. We're going to just let it cook up. Bring up the heat a little bit. I brought it down some. So you do equal parts of the flour, equal parts of the oil. So 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. And then the chile, you could do 2 tablespoons and make it all 3 parts equal. But the rule is 1 to 3. Some people don't like it too spicy. You can add onions here. Before you add the flour, you can add onion to brown in the oil, then add the flour. And a lot of times you'll do that for traditional like breakfast chile when you add it with the eggs and stuff like that. So chile, I actually learned how to make New Mexico style red chile from my stepmother and not my mom. My mom was she did more Mexican food and more soul food. But my stepmom is actually the one who taught me how to make New Mexico style chile. And I know how to make it with the pods, and I know how to make it with the powder. So today we're going to do it with the red chili powder. So we'll be using this powder here, which is a Loma Vista chili powder. It's a hot chili powder. I cut off the label so you can't see that, but it's a Loma Vista hot chili powder. Nice and red. It's like a cayenne pepper, basically. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of this. Or sorry, not 3. I'm so set on making it nice and spicy. I'm going to go with 1 to 2 on that. Here in just a little bit, I'm going to keep this cooking and get that roux to try to get it brown. We're using a skillet, so the skillet should help to make the cooking nice and even. Better than a aluminum pan. And I don't know about a glass pan. I do like glass, but I do know that cast iron skillets tend to work really good for making roux and gravies and things like that. Alright. So we got that all set up and ready here. Where is... Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. This has nothing to do with any cooking. It's just some tea I need to be drinking here. So we're watching the Macy's parade, and so you might be hearing some yelling in the background, people cheering and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and I guess it's time to pull out that turkey. All right, turkey, get you out of here. Let's see if I can stash this right here for now. Perfect. I need to probably move these out of the way so they don't get melted by the pan. Okay, time to take the turkey out, guys. You ready for this? So this roo's still going. That's looking good. It's nice.
The turkey's ready.
The turkey is ready, guys. Uh-oh, foodie. Boogie is such a foodie. Our 4-year-old's such a foodie, guys.
I got a sniffer, he sniffs it out.
When I was cooking the cream of mushroom soup, and I was just cooking up the onions and garlic. Oh, sorry, I forgot I added garlic in that too. So I cooked up some onions and garlic. Also, a little bit of potato. We added 1 potato in there. Cooked it all up. The potatoes to help make it creamy as well, because it's a vegan and gluten-free cream of mushroom. So, and you know what? I need to put this in the fridge here. Alright, so while this is happening, I'm going to pull out that turkey. But when I was cooking that cream of mushroom soup, man, he smelled just the sauteing of the onions and the garlic and the oil, and he was like, "Oh my God, something smells so good!" And he was like taking the biggest whiffs. He was all as big as he could breathe in. He's such a foodie. He loves my cooking. He's really fortunate to have a daddy who can cook the way I do. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I know how to cook pretty good. I must say. I've only had one complaint in my life from my oldest child. When my child was like, I don't know, maybe about 11 years old, probably around the same age as Luna. And I accidentally let or I don't know what happened. I don't know if I did it or someone. They actually they unscrewed the salt cap. So when I went to go put salt in it, the salt fell out everywhere. What's up? Oh my gosh, you're done with your sketchbook? Awesome. Cool, you should date it to Thanksgiving this year and from last year, your birthday or whenever you got it.
This is.
That's really cool. Nice. You want to show it off? You're welcome to. Luna's been working on her drawings here.
Let's
Doing really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last few pages.
So now this roux is pretty much ready. The turkey's out. I don't have to worry about the turkey. I can actually put these in at 350 and we can let these start cooking now. I'm thinking though, I'm going to cover the green beans with foil. Where's the foil? I lost the foil. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we're going to cover the green beans with oil, but we're going to leave the yams, I think, open. I don't know. I don't really want all that sweetness to touch the top of the...
Yeah, I need to cover them.
Huh?
You cover them, I think, yeah.
Did you cover them?
You don't put the marshmallows until way.
Alright. Yeah, we don't put the marshmallows till after they come out, and you just put them on so they melt on. You don't even bake them. Or I guess some people do, because then they get that browning. We can torch them. We can hand torch it. That'd be nice. Maybe I'll still there without melting all away. Okay, we'll cover these. Now these are going in, guys. Thank you so much for watching, for tuning in. I don't even know if anyone's here watching live, but I know that people will tune in. So thank you for hanging out with Cooking with the Glass Man here on Thanksgiving 2023. Alright, these are going in for an hour. Here we go. And I can see that the roux is finally browning. Nice. We'll put these on the top rack now. Okay, I gotta get onto this and stir it before it burns. There we go. Nice. We got that browning though that I wanted. That's good. That's what you want for your gravies, for sure. But you don't want to overdo it too much. Okay, and let's make sure we got some water ready to go. Okay, this is 1 cup of water. We're going to need 1.5 cups. And then, like I said, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of the chili powder. So there's 1 and 2, just like that. Now we're going to mix that all in. Just going to put that in the sink. And now it's going to get like, whoa, super crazy spicy here. You can see that smoke coming up. It's smelling good, guys. I'm going to add some of this water in. It's going to steam, so you got to be careful. You got to be prepared for that. We're just going to add a little bit of water at a time. And we're going to also bring it to a simmer. Going to really bring that down now. Bring it down now. Simmer down. Down to simmer. Simmer down now. Alright. And then we're going to add some salt. And I really don't know how much salt to add. You just add it to taste, really. I would say you could probably add about half a tablespoon easily. And you want to add garlic as well. We're just going to go with the garlic powder instead of fresh garlic here. And I'm just going to add it in. We're not going to really measure it. I'm just going to add in some garlic. Going to add in the salt. We need another half cup of water here. And keep on mixing this up. We'll get it down to a simmer, so we're going to bring it down really low. And this should start thickening up here. I don't know if I need more water. Maybe with cornstarch and with flour it's a little bit different, so we might not need all that water. I'm just going to let it thicken up though, we'll see. That looks nice and red. It's got a nice deep red to it. We're going to need more sauce than this. Alright. Maybe I'll make my own with just flour too. No, I'm kidding. I'll be the only one really eating the red chile here. I don't know. Our son actually does like spicy. He might be into the whole traditional New Mexico style.
Oh, yeah.
He will probably dig that and be like, that's good. He's like me. He likes all the interesting stuff. Alright, so we're just going to let that simmer up. Simmer down now. And it should thicken. And if it doesn't, we can always add a little bit more of the cornstarch. You know, you can always just add a little bit more cornstarch and thicken it up if you need to. The thing is at this point, if you add it, it kind of clumps up. So if you are going to add it, you want to mix it up in like its own separate dish, like in a bowl or a cup. Blend it up with some water and then pour that into here. You don't want to just add powdered cornstarch into here, because then it'll get all these weird clumps, and you don't want that. And you usually want to mix it in the cup with warm water to help with breaking it down. Alright, well, we'll add a little cumin powder to it at this point. And some oregano. And we do have some fresh oregano here, but I'm just gonna go with the powdered oregano so I can crush it up in my fingers like that, and basically like powder it up just like that. Bam. Just a little bit. I don't know what that was, maybe half a tablespoon if I'm guessing. Alright. Woo, that brings a whole different smell now. Once you add that cumin and that oregano. You know, I really do think though that it needs to be thicker. So I'm going to do that trick here. And we're going to add some water to it. I'm just going to get a fork here. And here, let me get rid of some of this water. We don't need that much. Alright, I'll go with a 1/4 cup of water here. And we're going to add some cornstarch. I really don't know how much I'm going to be adding. Here. You can't really tell by doing it that way. That's probably about a tablespoon right there. Probably good enough. I'm just going to mix this up here in the bowl before we actually add it. So that way there's no big old chunks or anything like that. Get rid of all those chunks. And now, this water, this extra water, will help to thicken this up as well. And I don't know if we need to add any more chile. It has a really good color and smell to it. I don't need to make it too spicy. But we will add a little bit more garlic and a little bit more salt just to add more flavor, because we added more cornstarch and more water, which are two very bland ingredients. So just add some more salt. And this is how I learn, you know, sometimes you got to thicken it up, sometimes you got to add more water to it. Add a little salt if you add more flour or more water or anything like that, just to bring that flavor up into it. And we're just going to let that simmer there. I think we're actually going to bring it up to a boil real quick and then let it simmer. Just to activate all that cornstarch in there and get all the seasoning all infused in there. And that's pretty much it, guys. And then you can pour it in a jar, just like we did here with our cream of mushroom soup. You can just put it in a bowl and have it ready for the day. I'm probably going to just put it in this measuring cup here later on, and we'll be able to just pour it directly out like a gravy. Other than that, pretty much it, guys. Just got to let it thicken up. Just going to bring it to a boil, and then we'll bring it back down to a simmer. Alright, so let's get this up to a nice boil here. You'll start seeing it all bubbling up in just a moment. The Macy parade's still going, huh? Woo!
Well, no, it just restarted.
Oh, it restarted. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, this is the opening then.
Yeah.
So we've been watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. You know, I heard that there was some sort of like crazy threats in New York and stuff, so I was hoping that nothing would happen.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't heard anything yet, so, you know, thank God everyone's okay.
I lost the tiniest.
We're living in interesting times, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Alright, I can see it starting to bubble up there. You see it? Getting a little bit of bubbles there. I can feel it thickening up too. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Alright, so like I said, we're just going to bring it to a boil, which is pretty much where it's at right now. I just want to see a couple of these bubbles just pop right through. But that's showing how thick it is, actually. It's like a marinade. We don't add any tomatoes. I've seen a few different recipes with the red chili sauce, and they add tomato or tomato sauce to it. And we don't do that here. Okay, there we go. That's bubbling. That's bubbling. All right, we're going to bring it down now to a simmer. Nice. That is so dark red. That is scary. Ooh, that's going to be so delicious, guys. You do not even know. Okay, so we're just going to let that simmer. I might have to add a little bit of water. It might actually become a little bit too thick now that I added all that extra. But that's okay, because that just means we'll have more. So I'm going to get just another half a cup of water in case.
I just made 16 cards. Envelopes.
16?
16 envelopes.
Nice. I'll just add a little bit there.
To match parts.
Oh, they know. 16 envelopes to match your homemade cards.
To match my my whole set.
That's so crazy. You make the envelopes too handmade.
Yeah.
If you guys want to get some beautiful handmade cards, my wife put so much time, energy, and effort into her Christmas cards. Sure, you can show off your cards. I don't know.
Look, just because it's interesting, like I actually.
They all are like around $5 too. And I'm telling her, I went to Walgreens the other day, and the most simplest cards they have are I think $7.99 for their handmade signature series.
Okay, this is just. You know, what we got here. Ah, that smells good. So I have that, but then you have to like do the back. And so then I made how many, like this way, and then there's these ones.
Oh, they can't see them.
I know.
Flip them
I
over.
like that. Go this way, huh?
Yeah.
I like that.
Can you bring them closer?
And then
I can actually see.
and that was just
Don't
house
move
these
so-
house.
Don't move so quickly.
So that one, they have 2 of each, and then these 2.
Bring that closer. Because I know Mr. Rick Jones
Oh, I know the polar
is
bears.
loving your Christmas polar bears.
Yes, I'm gonna be having so many more
You have to get his
polar
address.
bears. Yeah, so we can send these cards out to people. That's the
Yeah.
front and back.
So that's our friend who's a pilot for hot air ballooning, and he loves polar bears.
I know the polar bears are cute. I got like snow and presents. Those are cute.
Add that little bit.
Snow and presents. Very simple stuff. Some simple, but still looks pretty nice if you're gonna get it in the mail. I like the dark
Right?
bears.
All handmade, hand
I like
colored.
the dark bears.
Look at those. Those are the envelopes, guys.
Yeah.
That's not even the cards.
That's the envelope. Yeah, that's true.
God.
And the little tiny bear. He's so cute with the presents. I think he's adorable. I'll just do some regular stamping on the back of those. Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, if you guys want to order cards, we can ship around the world. We're working on a new thing called gift and card, where you get your gift and you get your card, one-stop shop. We can also do custom colors and maybe a few, like, you know, you can request like a special thing or this and that. So we can do some custom requests and stuff. If you have a special message you like put in there or something, we can do that. We can also color coordinate the card with, you know, with a special little gift, you know, like maybe you're going to get like a little balloon or something like that, you know. And so we can like match you, you know, blue and white cards with your blue and white balloon. Or we'll get you something else, like maybe you're going to get a blue water drop and we get you like an all blue card, all water theme or something like that, you know. So, gift and card. We will have a website up very soon. We have a domain name all ready to go, but I'm not sharing that out until the website's up and running. So give us a few months. Probably by the beginning of the year, we will have that going, and we'll have it all pushed out and up and running for next Christmas. But you can start ordering this year through us for gift and card. All right, what else do I gotta cook? We just gotta do the pies.
Do my pies now.
Stuffing's done. Turkey's done. Oh, mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Mashed potatoes. So I gotta do mashed potatoes still. You guys know how to make mashed potatoes. So I'm not gonna show you how to do that. This chile powder is ready, guys. It's done. I don't know how better to show you guys besides pouring it in a jar and then letting you guys actually see the beauty of this here. So let me find a nice clean jar that we can pour this in. It's probably too big of a jar.
I think you remember how to do that, and that's why you just did that. Like ski on the floor and make the ramp, make the carpet thing, you know, go.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, already.
The cats are already
They already did. They did it. I have to pull it out under, put it back under.
Guys,
Already.
attacking the carpet to make it flip up so they can get underneath it. Like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Whatever's under here, I'm gonna get you.
There they go.
There's nothing under there. Just you. You're now under there.
Oh, right here.
Okay, I'm going to try and attempt to pour this in the jar without making the world's largest mess.
You need to do it with the little
No.
thingy.
Nah.
Under.
Nah. I'm going to just attempt to do this without making the world's largest mess. Alright, you guys ready to see this? Y'all ready for this? It's alright, because if I make a mess, it's going to be all over the stove anyways, and that's not too big of a deal. Alright, so we're just going to pour this in right
They
here.
did it again. Look, you want to see?
Oh my
Go
gosh.
look. They did it again already.
Alright, here we go.
Thanksgiving with the cats. Oh God. Look what they did.
Yeah, I know I got some of it on the side. That's alright. Alright, let me rinse this pan out real quick. That way it doesn't get all stuck to the pan and get all crusty there. I'll be able to wash this here in just a moment. I'm going to also clean up this chili off the stove here and the bottle just to make sure. You can see how deep red that is. Nice. Okay. And then let me just clean this up here. Turn that water off so I ain't wasting any water. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of chili. Okay, we're going to have to do this in two cleanups here. And definitely have to rinse this out. Wring it out so I can pick up a lot more. Alright, let's get this chili up here. This is the Norwex dish cloth, or the sponge, what do you call it? The Enviro scrub. The Enviro sponge, Enviro scrub, whatever it is. There you go. All nice and clean. Everything all picked up right there. The beauty of Norwex. Clean it up. Don't have to worry about using a whole bunch of paper towels or things like that. Alright, and then we'll just clean up the mess here. Go over that real quick. Bam. Done. Alright. The whole surface area is clean. Alright. Let me show you how dark this chile is. Look at that. That's pretty good. So this is a tradition here. It's not honey. That is red chile right here. We're just going to let it sit in there. And we got ourselves some beautiful red chile powder sauce. Made from red chile powder. That's how I make my chile. We got some beautiful chile now for Thanksgiving. Now it's New Mexico style Thanksgiving. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I actually forgot to check the time when I put those things in. So I'm going to have to actually go back, watch this video to see how long it is, or kind of just smell things. But we got maybe, I would guess, probably been in for 20 minutes. We got at least another 40 minutes, 40 to an hour of cooking. And then we'll be able to eat. So I'm going to start getting this turkey kind of carved up and ready, I think, in a minute. We're going to let it sit and cool. And we're going to do all our last little things. We got to make a pie still, or a couple pies, and mashed potatoes, gravy, and that's it. You guys know how to make mashed potatoes and gravy. I'm sure you do. If not, you can look up all these different other people on YouTube, because I ain't got nothing for you with mashed potatoes and gravy. But thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I'm Dan the Glass Man, and we are going to feast out here soon. You guys give thanks and praises. Show your love and gratitude for all those around. You know, like I was saying in the first video, today is a weird day, you know, because of how it all came to be and all the massacres that took place. So now we have turned it into a tradition of basically bringing our families together, enjoying each other's time, energy, and being able to just come together, feast, and also just be grateful and thankful for our life that we have together. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Enjoy your turkey day.
Oh my gosh.